In the display case, you will see one of the most common weapons of the American Revolution, known as the Charleville Musket. When France allied with the fledgling United States and entered the war against the British, they provided over 100,000 surplus muskets to the Continental Army. The most advanced of these weapons was the Model 1766 musket. We know it today as the Charleville, named for one of the French arsenals where it was produced. The 69 caliber Charleville was lighter and more advanced in design than its British counterpart. It was over 5 feet long and weighed in at about 9 pounds. The design was so well respected by the Continentals that the first musket made in United States arsenals in 1795 was a copy of the 1766 Charleville. As with most muskets, a bayonet could be attached to the muzzle of the Charleville, turning it into a spear for hand-to-hand fighting. Military leaders at the time considered the bayonet just as important as the musket itself in combat. A well-trained soldier could fire 2 to 3 rounds a minute with a musket, but its smooth bore prevented pinpoint accuracy. It was effective at firing at formations of enemy soldiers only out to about 100 yards. This was how the musket was loaded. First, the soldier reaches into his cartridge box and retrieves a prepared paper cartridge that held a lead musket ball and a charge of powder. He tore off the tail of the cartridge with his teeth, and then poured a small amount of the powder into the powder pan of his flintlock, and then shut the frizzen. The remainder of the powder was poured into the barrel, and the ball and paper pressed into the muzzle ready for ramming. He then used his ramrod to ram the ball all the way down to the top of the powder charge, and returned his rammer. At this point he was ready to fire. On command ready, he cocked the musket to full cock, brought it to his shoulder, and pulled the trigger when commanded to fire. In slow motion, you will see a small delay for the powder in the pan to receive the sparks from the flint, and ultimately igniting the powder in the barrel, sending the ball speeding towards the enemy. The Charleville musket, one of the most important weapons used by our first veterans in the creation of this great nation.